Okay, guys. So, I know that my video ended kind of weird last week, and let me show you why. Oh, what a big fucking mess, huh? So, this is what happened. Okay, so basically my friend Don, when he got everything all finished up and all welded and sealed and stuff, he thought he'd take a little bit of extra and use a like a tank coat system. I think it's called Red Seal or something like that. And you dump it in your tank and you swish it around and it coats everything and, you know, makes it to where basically the tank won't rust anymore because it's not, the gas isn't hitting the metal. There's no air getting to the metal. There's no water getting to the metal. Nothing. So he used this stuff, and he says he uses it all the time, you know, for projects, you know, when he's fabricating stuff, and he's never had an issue with it until my tank. So what happened was I got it on the bike and got all the stuff hooked up, all the electricals, all the tubes and stuff, and I went to go turn it on and run it, and it wouldn't start up. It was cranking over just fine. Pulled the plugs real quick, checked them, they were fine. So my only other option was that I'm not getting gas. Pulled my gas line off, stuck a plastic bottle up onto the tube that comes out of the tank, and cranked it over a couple of times, and I was getting nothing coming out of that gas line. So I'm like, oh great, there's got to be something wrong with the gas pump. So I called Don and asked him about it, and he's like, well, you know, it should have been fine. He goes, I don't know what the issue could have been. Well, lo and behold, that Red Seal was like a defective batch. And so it never really hard set the way it was supposed to. And in fact, this piece right here, that is my gas filter. So how fucked up is that? I mean, it literally sealed it up. So yeah, the pump just couldn't grab any gas and pull it through. Now Don said he purchased it from Dennis Kirk. He says he buys almost all of his stuff from them. They called him back, of course, and he's saying, hey, you know, we bought this stuff and it damaged the bike, and, you know, can you give us some replacement parts for warranties and stuff like that? So here's what I'm getting. So we found out that the pump itself is fine. Okay, so there's no Red Seal inside the pump. We do need to replace the filter, and there was this gasket here that got all chewed up somehow, and there was a small electrical harness, and I don't see it right now. Oh, here it is. And then this electrical harness here, we were looking at it, and hopefully I can get this. You can see on that red line right there, the casing had split. Now I doubt that split in that casing was done by that Red Seal, but I think we're going to be getting a new one of those. I don't know if it's going to be covered under that warranty. We're going to at least get a replacement for it. I mean, they're not that expensive, a couple of bucks. The housing itself that holds the pump, that's pretty much fine. We've done everything through it. We've pumped air through it and stuff like that, and it just goes through just fine. So no issues with any of the housing or the vacuum pumps or anything like that. We are going to, this is actually the part that sticks up out of the tank like that. But we're going to go through this and clean off all that Red Seal all over this housing. And I'm sorry I didn't record us ripping it all apart. It was just happening so fast. Don is just a very motivated guy, and when he came down to figure out what was wrong, he was just ripping into stuff, you know, and he's like, let's do this, let's do that, and I never really even thought about getting the camera to record it all. Now the other issue I have, I poured like 2 gallons of gas into the tank, and when we pulled the gas pump off, gas came rushing down the tank and all over this newly painted area. So yeah, I've got some paint issues going on right now. So yeah, I may end up having to go through, sand it all off, and repaint it once again. So yeah, this is the start of part number 4 on a leaky gas tank, and hopefully by the end of this we'll actually get it all figured out. It's probably going to take a couple of days to get the parts for replacing the pump and everything like that, and getting it all put on. So I'm probably going to, then of course I got to repaint it all. So I'm thinking probably another week and a half, 2 weeks worth of work. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. For me, it's going to be a while. Okay guys, for this video, I'm not going to show any of the painting or anything like that because, well, I've done it twice now. But what I did want to show you is this. This is your gas pump, okay? I figured since I got this all ripped out of the bike, I might as well break it down for you and show you exactly what it consists of and how things are connected and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Let me show you how this thing all works. You know, if you have the same issue as I have or a different issue or you got to replace the pump or something like that, I want to show you how to take it out. Okay, first thing is that it sits in the bike kind of like this, okay? The tank is here and actually goes around this way, and this part sticks out beneath the bottom, and it's held in place with 5 of these little bolts. Okay, they're a 10 millimeter, and you can just unscrew them. This long line of electrical line, this is what goes directly to your battery. That's the part that clips in right there. Then of course this is where your gas line hooks up to. That's the hose that's got those 2 gray little tabs on either side. You gotta pinch it together and slip it over, and then it kind of gets locked into place. And then when you go to pull it out, you're pulling it out down through a little hole in the tank, and it gets a little tricky, especially around this little part here. You know, just a little finagling and gentle persuasion, it will just come right out. All right, but then once you get it out, this is all that you're looking at, okay? So this here is just basically a housing. I'm not sure exactly everything that's in here because you don't take this apart. This black cap does not come off. It is literally, you can probably see it, it's literally like melted into place. But if we want to, say your filter's clogged, okay, we need to take this unit up here off of the bottom area down here, okay? And in order to do that, you got 2 screws. You got one here, and then on the other side you got one here. So we're gonna need to take those 2 screws out. Just a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, now you'll also notice this little black wire actually connects to that post right there. And in fact, the top of these will actually come off. Oops. Do you see that? So that actually came off of this post right here. See that that metal post? And then the other one has the same thing. And then you'll also notice there's a slight bend. Let me do this. There's a slight bend on that one lip, on that one edge. And what that bend does is it pushes right up against the housing of the pump, okay? the actual pump itself, not the white, so it's not sticking out, it's sticking up towards the pump. All right, now before we take off this whole pump housing, we still need to undo the electrical cords here. This is a 7mm wrench, and they're nuts that are holding on, and then there are also locking washers. Okay, so there's one. There's the locking washer, and then the electrical lines come free. There's the nut. You pull on the wire a little bit, the locking washer will fall off. And then you'll see down here too, it's got those little toothed washers down here. Just leave those in place. We don't need to do anything with those. But now, with some firm pulling, it just comes right out, okay? This post with the seal goes into that little hole right there. This little, there's this white piece right here, right at the end. That's actually holding your filter in place. This is the filter that got all gummed up with that red seal stuff. Okay, but you got a little tab on this side and another one on the other side, and you just undo that and it comes right off. You see those two little holes in there? These little rubber things that stick up off of this little gasket or seal or rubber spacer, whatever you want to call it, those go through those holes. And then that rubber will actually come right off. And then you can take your filter off. It just pulls right off. Nice snug fit. Let's take out the entire pump housing now. And what you'll do is you'll just pull, and it should come free. There's a little rubber gasket that sits inside of here, and this post with this white thing on it, that's all inside of that rubber, and so you just got to take like a screwdriver and just pull that rubber gasket out. No big problem there. But like I said, mine is all torn up. Look at that, isn't that nasty? So, supposed to be kind of looking like that. Okay, now let's remove these electrical lines. I'm actually replacing mine because, as you can actually see bare wire right there. And I don't want that in a gas tank. But all you gotta do is there's a little clip right here. You just push it in and pull. Oh, there we go. Oh. Pinch in this little clip right here on the side, and you've got to pull pretty good. It's tucked in there fairly well. But yeah, look at that. God, that wire just scared the hell out of me. All right, then of course this little white piece here, it does come off, but you just got to pull on it. You'll hear it, kind of click. So you got to pull on it kind of firm. So yep, that little white piece sits down in there, and you can see there's a kind of an overhang, and it goes on the outside of the of this black edge here. And that's pretty much it. The other thing you can do, if you need to, on the white housing, there's this part right here, and you can actually take this part off. Take a little screwdriver, just put it into there, and and just kind of wiggle it, and I'm pushing up against this almost triangular shaped piece right here. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Let's get it up in there. Pry it. Hard to do on the table while you're trying to hold it and film it. Okay. There we go. Got it. So that's on there. There's no gasket or seal or anything. It just has this pipe. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it does. It might be a vacuum type thing. I don't know. But I took it off. I cleaned all that red seal off of mine. So then when you go to put it back, this little triangular hole will actually face down towards the pump. And you just put it in there, line up the little tabbies, the little tabs here. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's basically your gas pump. Fairly easy. I was actually expecting it to be more involved than what it was. I did not take this wire off at all. It still looks good. It's seated in there well, so I'm not worrying about that. And like I said, you cannot take this black part off, so don't even bother trying. So now all I gotta do, I still gotta wait for those other replacement bits, because we're gonna get a new one of these little black seals. We are going to get a new filter, of course, because this one's all gummed up. And I can't remember, but I think we're getting a new one of these black seals. And of course we're going to get a new electrical pigtail connector. So once those parts come in, I will actually reassemble it and I'll record it going back together. Okay guys? So I'll see you hopefully in just, well, for me it'll be a couple of days. For you guys it'll be instant. Alright, see you guys later. It's Christmas! Well, kinda for me, a little bit. I got my parts for repairing my fuel filter, or my fuel pump. I did get a new filter. This, as you remember, got all coated with that red crap. So I got a new filter, and in fact it came with multiple shapes, you know, to fit whatever bike you actually needed. But this is the one I need. This large black kind of rubbery thing there. I got a new one of those, but it's red. I don't know if there's a difference in the material. I just think it's the color. That black rubbery gasket thing that secures in the new filter. Got a new one of those. The post, where is it? Oh yeah, it's actually inside the housing here, and it's got a rubber gasket around it, and I got a new one of those. The electrical pigtails here, I got a new one of those. Got a new pigtail. Didn't think that they were going to send a whole new pump, but they did. Let's see, I've got a new gasket to go on the tank that will actually seal between the gasket and the pump. And they gave me a new, now on mine it's white, and it's actually down inside there. But yeah, I mean, they gave me everything I need and then some. You know, they gave me, again, it depends on what bike you have. They gave me this bendable tube, a couple of zip ties on there, a little bit of fuel line. So they gave me a couple of hose clamps to put on. They gave me some electrical splicers if I needed those. And this one here, I think this one here is kind of a different version of this. You know, it looks very much the same, but again, I think it's different. I don't think I need this one at all, but you know, your bike might. So yeah, I've got everything I need. And then some, really. Like I said, I did not think I would be getting a new pump, but I got one anyway. And I was talking with Don, and he said these, they're called Kemso. He says these are great pumps. So yeah, I just now gotta get that back. Gotta get the original one ripped back apart. I do need to get some electrical connectors for the new pigtails, because the pigtails did not come with connectors to put onto these screws down here. And I don't think I can rip out these old wires and put the new wires onto those. But so that's what I need to do. But right now I'm just gonna sit down, get this all put together and get it all figured out. Well, damn it, I didn't record me putting everything all back together, but you saw earlier in the video how it all was together and stuff like that. I just put all the parts together now. And I even got it installed on the tank now, so I'm a happy guy. Well, I am right now. Alright, gotta get out on the bike, hook it all back up. You've seen me do it. I'm gonna save you the embarrassment of me trying to get it all hooked up again. So hopefully the next time you see me, that will be on the bike and the bike will be running. Okay, now as you can see, I've got everything all put back together. The seats, the side covers, the tank is on. I actually did fill it up with gas last night. I mean, not full, because I didn't want to have the problem of, you know, crap, it didn't work and I got to take it all off. So I only put a gallon of gas in it this time, but let's see if it starts. Okay guys, you ready for this? As you can see, I got it all put back together. I've got no leaks. There's nothing I'm seeing down here. But I got it all put together. Let's see if she starts. Turn that off. Before I end this video, I'm going to show you how that paint job turned out and what you're able to see and stuff like that. So let me bring you over and show you exactly what you can see. Okay, now I know that it's pretty dull down here. I'm going to do some polishing around here to get off some of these scratch marks. When I did that, technically third paint job, I was actually able to scrape off all the clear coat that I had sprayed all the way up to like this area. I scraped all that off just using my thumbnails, and believe me, my thumbnails actually hurt. And then when I redid the paint again that third time, I only did the lower section. So this is the only section that you can see right down here. That's not too bad. And then on the other side, you can barely see anything. I mean, it kind of almost follows the contour of the seat a little bit. So yeah, just a little bit of a polish to get out those scratches and everything's good to go. So that project was a lot longer than I thought I was going to ever take. Even Don was like, oh man, we really kind of screwed up the process. But hey, I got the job done. The weather's getting warm now. I can go for rides. I'm loving it. I'm a happy guy. Thanks for watching, guys. I will definitely see you on the road.